Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you what is the Shisha tobacco, what is made from, how it happened to become like this, what and why it's not so bad for health as a 100 pack of cigarettes, and for sure what is it made from. Let's go! So, I will use a lot of my notes here because it's kind of not easy material. Let's say the real name of the Shisha tobacco. Masel. It's from Arabic honey. It's basically the thing which we put in Shisha itself. As we all know, previously the honey was used in the production of tobacco for hookah instead of the ingredients which I'm going to tell you now. Now all the ingredients which are used in the tobacco creating are followed. Leaf, so the tobacco itself, or it could be non-tobacco like tea or I don't know, rice, blah blah blah. Molasses. It could be sugar, syrup, or honey, or the special molasses, basically which I told you, and I will speak about it a little bit later. So molasses, sugar syrup or honey, glycerin, propylene glycol, fragrance like DYE, dye. It's like the thing which make it coloring, basically coloring. Liquid nicotine, additional preservatives, fortress regulator, and acidity regulator. It's basically all the scary words, but all in all, it's what we smoke every day in the shisha. And that's the reason why some people think that some of the tobacco leaves are black, some of them are yellow. All of them are yellow in the first place. Some of them could be a little bit more brown, but if you're taking any kind of tobacco leaves, all of them are in the first place kind of yellowish. And basically, most of the tobacco producers use coloring to make them the one color, and the liquid nicotine is used to make them the same strengths. So because if speaking about tobacco from different season, it could be different kind of sun. So it's one season is hot, another season is not hot, but you need the stable strength. So you can use liquid nicotine to make it on the same level. It's not so bad, and it just what it is. Let's say like this. Next step. Let's start with tobacco leaf or non-tobacco leaf. So what kind of leaves could we use? The most popular ones are Virginia and Burley. And let's speak also about some of the leaves which also exist, but they're not so popular. You'll find them in some kind of special tobaccos or with some cigars tobaccos. Maybe of the people who smoke cigar will know some of them, and some of them you'll know because I told you in the previous video. Oriental, Kentucky, Cavendish, Perey, Perique, Lataki, Montecalma. That's most of the leaves which you can see in the your shisha or in the cigar also. Also, there could be non-tobacco hookah mixes, and the base could be tea, beets, corn, carrots, anything, because most of this, the main purpose of the leaf of the base itself, is to become a sponge to all the things which we put inside of the tobacco. So it should have a good absorbance. So all the flavoring, all the glycerin, all the components which you put inside, the base should have a good absorbance. So it should, like a small SpongeBob, take everything in it and work with it basically. So it should be stable. Let's go to our next point here. However, we could try making an experiment. Try to smoke without the leaf or the base. Basically, you can take a Starline or any kind of other really syrupy tobacco. Take glazed funnel, put the syrup of this in it. Would it smoke? Yes, it would for sure. However, smoking without the base itself will feel insubstantial. We will have only part of the flavor. There would be no texture, no volume of taste, so the experience would be much worse. Honestly, as I told you before about all the leaves which are existing, kind of all the leaves, the most popular three ones used in the tobacco making for shishas, it's Virginia, Burley, and Oriental. So three main ones. For sure, there could be other stuff which I told you before, but they could be more unique or in some kind of special tobacco. So let's speak about what is, I also mentioned before when I was speaking what is shish tobacco is made from. Molasses. You can see like meaning from Wikipedia basically here. I would just read the first phrase. Molasses is a viscous substance resulting from refining sugarants or sugar beets into sugar. So why we using it in the shisha? In the shisha tobacco. What is the reason of it? Basically, it's the link in tobacco, in the mixture, for all its components. Each hookah mixture has its own special taste of this molasses. It adds a characteristic touch to all the flavors of the hookah mixture. Basically, it's just like you can make a porridge and add a lot of like nuts, butter, I know, peanut butter, anything in it, berries. But you should have porridge and basic or milk or any kind of water, because without it, porridge wouldn't work. So basically, it's this kind of water milk link between all the ingredients. It's a really important thing. So next ingredient in the shisha tobacco, which I told you before, it's glycerol. Glycerin is a trihydric alcohol. In Mosel, glycerin is not used in its pure form, but it's solution with water. Basically, the glycerin is giving a function of preservative, so it's safe out tobacco. Also, it's responsible for the volume and density of vaporization during the exhalation of the exhalation. Moreover, it's also responsible for the dryness of smoking. So, if there would be not enough of glycerin, it will smoke really dry, basically. Strength regulators. I've told you about some of them in my previous video. However, I would just tell you about some of them, which I'm including nowadays. So there are popular things as tombak, saloon, jorak, zagul, kaas. There is no strength regulator there. That's really 5 old school tobaccos. If you want me to speak about them and more about history of tobacco, write in the description. There is also doha. If you have any Arabic friends, they will tell you about it. You just put like a little spoon of doha in your pipe, you smoke it, and you have so many nicotine. And there is like Russian analog of it, Freegate. It's also a tobacco with a lot of nicotine. The picture will be here. I use it. For example, you have Al-Fakir. You can add a little bit of Freegate, and it will smoke like a dark side on the level of strength. And speak about Jurak, that's one I mentioned before. It's a really old-fashioned tobacco. If you have Indian friends, ask them, because you can find it in some small villages. It's crafted by hands. But the funny thing about it, there is no extra sugar in it. There is no glycerin, and to give it fermentize, it's just put in some special vases inside the earth itself, and it's really interesting how it's produced. That's also about some old school notice which I'm going to tell you. So basically, that's what tobacco is made from what most of the ingredients they used, I told you, and now you kind of know what you're smoking. If you want me to tell more about the history of the shisha, or what is the reasons for using honey or glycerin, or what tobaccos use liquid nicotine, if you want me to tell why it's bad for health or not bad for health, also write in the description, because it's really kind of wide topic, and this video is just introduction to it. I just really need your feedback if you're interested in such videos. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the bell button, and bye.